If you've been thinking about moving away from Adobe because obviously they have been in the news in quite a bad way, then there's probably no better way than to do it right now. And the reason is that Affinity is actually offering a free 6-month trial with absolutely no strings attached. Now, why are they actually doing this? And that is because their competitor, Adobe, is just messing up. So if you go on YouTube and you type in an Adobe, you'll find so many videos like these. Adobe, a disgusting criminal company. The end of Adobe. Adobe is pathetic. Adobe made it worse. Adobe had it coming. There are so many videos like these on the internet right now. And obviously, one of the best solutions, or probably the best solutions for quite many apps of Adobe, is the Affinity suite. Now, if you've been using Photoshop, Illustrator, or InDesign, then bear with me because you really want to get on this free trial for Affinity Photo. Now, Affinity just published this video 16 hours ago in which they actually say why they are doing this. I'm not gonna play this video because of copyright issues, but what they are basically saying is they want to convert users from Adobe to Affinity, and they have been doing so quite well lately by offering a 50% off. But they saw that many people are actually not able to switch because they are working for companies that actually use Adobe products. And why is this so clever? They give a 6-month free trial to literally everybody. But I think this is mostly catered towards companies to actually help them decide if Affinity would be an awesome solution for them. So this is not only about a financial decision, but this is also a time-based investment to experience if it actually works for companies to transition from Adobe to Affinity. Plus, if you like the Affinity suite, they are still running a 50% off of all software. So you can either get specific software, so if you only want photo or only want designer or only want publisher, you can actually do so. But of course, they also offer their full universal license, which is the free trial license. So you will get access to literally every single app that they offer on all platforms for completely free for the next 6 months. Now, there's only one teeny tiny catch of this whole offer. As mentioned, there's no subscription, so you don't have to cancel. There are no strings attached, and you don't even have to fill in your credit card details. The only teeny tiny catch is that you actually have to fill in an email that actually works. Now, if you go to the Affinity website, you will come to this page where they say that they're still running their 50% off of everything, but now they've added this to their header bar, and it says get a 6-month free trial. So let's click on that and let's actually see what this is all about. Get a 6-month free trial of our award-winning photo editing, page layout, graphic design, and illustration software, even if you've tried it before, which means they will reset your trial. There is no obligation to buy and no payment details required to sign up. And the reason for this is obviously because they don't have a subscription-based model, because it's a perpetual license, so they don't need your credit card details in order to charge you whenever the trial is over. Now, you will get access to all 3 Affinity products on Mac, Windows, and iPad. You'll be able to switch from iPad to desktop with edit history intact, experience an unmatched workflow designed for professionals, and collaborate seamlessly with others, even if they use different softwares. Now, you can actually open Photoshop and Illustrator files in Affinity software and also export in these files. So as mentioned, this free trial includes Affinity Designer, which is similar or even better to Adobe Illustrator. Then you get Affinity Photo, which is my software that I use and that I create tutorials for. I absolutely love using it, and it's kind of an alternative for Photoshop. And then you've got Affinity Publisher, which is basically InDesign. So if you're more doing layout work, etc., etc. Now, what is included? You can read everything here. Everything is included on all platforms. What is the catch? There's absolutely no catch. So you get it for free without giving your credit card details is the full trial, the full application or featured limited version. It is actually the full version of all softwares on all platforms. You don't have watermarks. You don't have to buy the full version if you don't want to afterwards. If the trial ends, your apps will remain installed and your files will remain unaffected. However, when a trial expires, the app stops working for any purpose other than activating, buying or registering a license. Now, there are absolutely no upfront fees, as they say here. You don't need to cancel the trial because you won't be charged, and you can actually use the trial on all devices. Now, what they say right here is the same Affinity idea is tied to the trial and can be used on all of your devices for personal use. So they actually say trials cannot be used for commercial purposes. Now, of course, you can try it for 6 months, but if you're convinced, like many of us, you can actually buy the full universal license for just 90 euros, which is an absolute steal. And this means all apps on all platforms. But if you only want to use one app, obviously you can. So if you just want to use Designer, you can scroll down and go to that page and see how much it actually is. Right here, you see that Designer would be 37.5 euros. Photo would be the same and Publisher would be the same. And actually the iPad apps are just 10 euros at this moment because they're running a 50% off. So as mentioned in the intro, if you've been on the fence of moving away from Adobe, or you think you actually cannot, or the trial was too short, now you actually got 6 months to figure out if the switch to Affinity Photo will actually work for you and your company. Now, if you're interested in learning Affinity Photo, I've actually been creating tons of tutorials over the past years, which you can use to learn the software if you want to. And also, I've recently created a dedicated community for all Affinity Photo creatives. The community is rapidly growing, so we're almost nearing 500 members right now. We do live weekly calls. We do challenges. So currently we're running a July challenge with a sci-fi theme. So if you want to participate, obviously you can. This is also the place where I host my courses, my live sessions as mentioned. And it is just a great way to connect with like-minded passionates who love photo editing just like you. So if you're interested, make sure to check out my school as well. And I hope to see you inside and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.